Hey, in case you were wondering, I'm Lee Batson here in my outdoor kitchen. You know, we've talked a lot about catching fish and cleaning fish and storing fish, and now it's time for the very best part, which is to cook them. I'm going to show you how to make some of the very best fried fish you've ever had. Let's get to it. All right, let's take a look at these ingredients. Obviously, we need fish. Check. Got a couple of bags of crappie that I caught earlier in the year. Next up, we need batter. Louisiana fish fry. That's really all you need to mess with. They have a couple of different flavors. They're all really good. Not really need to mess with anything else. This is legit. Key ingredient here, buttermilk. I'll show you why. Secret ingredient, Cholula, the one with the wooden cap. This is where it all comes together. Okay, so first we need to get our fish in the bowl with some buttermilk. The reason I use the buttermilk is to give it a thicker coating so that when you put it in the batter, it's going to give you a better crust when you fry the fish. The key is, for every cup of buttermilk that you put in the bowl, you need to add a tablespoon of the Cholula hot sauce. Whisk that together until it's a kind of a brightish pink color, and that's when you know you're in the sweet spot. You can certainly add more if you want, but that's where I would start. I think you're really gonna like the result. Let's get Now we're just gonna whisk this together until it's a consistent pink color. All right, so we've got our buttermilk and hot sauce mixed up. Now we need to get our fish in there, but before we do that, I've got a couple of fillets that are a little bit on the bigger side, and I really don't like to cook big fillets and leave them whole. They don't cook evenly with the other smaller fillets. So a fillet that's something of this size here, I'll probably just cut that in half, and then we'll get them all soaking in here and we'll start getting them battered up and into the grease. You know, a lot of times I use a big traditional propane fish fryer, and in fact, I've got a dual burner one here, but there's no need for that today. But I tell you what, I'm using an electric fish fryer, and this thing is more than capable of frying a lot of fish for a lot of people. I've done it many times. This one has a couple of cool features to tell me when the grease is hot enough. I like to use peanut oil when I fry fish, and the most important thing I can tell you maybe about this entire process is to make sure that your oil is hot enough. That's the worst mistake you can make, is to put your fish down when that oil is less than 350 degrees. The sweet spot is 350 to 375. Keep it up there and everything's gonna be okay. So I've got the fish here in the buttermilk hot sauce mixture, and it's been in here for maybe 5 or 10 minutes. Doesn't have to be very long. Now we're gonna put it into this gallon Ziploc bag with our fish batter. You don't have to have a fancy tumbler or anything. You're just gonna put, you know, maybe 10 or 12 pieces in here at a time. Give it a good shake, make sure that their fish pieces are fully covered, and then we're gonna put it in the grease. When you add the fish to the batter, shake off just a little bit of excess that there is. You don't wanna just put it sopping wet in there, so just kind of give it a good shake 1 or 2 times, and then just toss it in there, shake it off, and we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna add about 10 or 12 pieces to the bag, and then we're gonna mix it up. So now we're just gonna shake it up. Make sure each piece is coated. Ready for grease. So once you put the fish down, set a timer on your phone for 5 minutes. That's all you need. As soon as it goes off, pull them out, they're done, ready to go. So once I've battered up the fish, I like to put them on a plate just to get them nice and ready and easy to pull out of the bag and put them into the fryer. So I just take them out one by one, lay them on the rack. Don't drop them straight into the grease. That way you can put them all in there at the same time and they all cook at the exact same time. You don't have some that start to finish up before the others. And I just lay them in there, and I do enough fish to cover the bottom of the pan, and that's it. And then down they go. Now while these fish are frying, I've got 5 minutes to grab another batch of fish, put them in the bag, shake them up, get them ready to go, and put them on the plate so that they're ready as soon as these come out, as long as our grease temp doesn't drop below 350. If it drops below 350, we'll wait a little while until it's heated back up again and then put the next batch in. Don't get in a big hurry. These are done. Now we're gonna put them over here. Let those sit for a second. Now in a perfect world, you're able to serve these fish right away and nice, hot and fresh, but if not, no big deal, don't sweat it. Just simply take your fish, add them to a pan, and then take them inside and put them in an oven at the lowest setting possible, 100, 150 degrees, whatever your oven will do. Just put them in there on a pan, leave them in there until you're ready to serve the whole batch to your party. One thing you want to make sure of is that if you do have to put your fish into a pan and keep them in there for a little while, don't cover them with foil or any type of plastic or hard lid. Just put some paper towels over them, and that'll keep that lid from sweating and dripping down and steaming your fish and causing them to get soggy. So just lay a paper towel over them. They'll be good to go for quite a while. I hope you enjoyed the video as much as I did making it. Now I've got some fish to eat. Whew, hot.